2019 was a big year for AMD with the introduction of the 3rd generation Ryzen chipsets and Ryzen Threadripper, Radeon RDNA graphics architecture, and the doubling of performance between the AMD EPYC 1st and 2nd generations. Not to mention that AMD almost have a monopoly on the hardware powering the console market, with Microsoft and Sony two of their biggest official partners, and the next generation of Xbox and PlayStation consoles to be equipped with AMD hardware. They know what they're doing. And let's not forget 7nm technology, which only AMD hold at this moment. So what can AMD do next? Can they once again impress and wow us in 2020? Well, according to their 2020 CES keynote, they can and they will. In the conference, AMD's president Lisa Su said that AMD's 2020 is about gamers and content creators, which is great because I fit into that market. Her and the rest of the speakers' entire keynote seemed to be laced with this theme, and I'm definitely not complaining. The first big announcement was the reveal of what AMD claimed to be the world's strongest mobile processors, which will equip the next generation of the most sought after notebooks and gaming laptops the market has yet to see. The 3rd generation 4000 series AMD Ryzen mobile processors will power a new line of AMD laptops, the U series, which are ultra thin consumer laptops, the H series, which are gaming and creator laptops, and the Pro series, which are ultra thin professional laptops. The Lenovo Yoga Slim 7 will have the Ryzen 7 4800U powering it, and it's going to be touted to be the world's thinnest and lightest laptop. Over a dozen designs are expected in the first quarter of 2020, and 100 plus systems will incorporate the 3rd generation 4000 series in 2020. Or 2020, I don't know how we say that anymore. I don't know. I'm sticking with 2020. The 4000 series will leverage Zen architecture, 7nm technology, and greater power efficiency. The Ryzen 7 4800U at the top of the stack for ultra-thins has the very first 7nm x86 mobile processor with 8 Zen 2 cores and 16 threads, up to 4.2 GHz boost with a base clock of 1.8 GHz, 8 Radeon GPU cores, and a 15 watts TDP. AMD's internal benchmarks showed that the 4800U outperformed the best the competition had to offer in all areas: single thread, multi-thread, GPU, and creative application performance, and in some cases as much as 50%. Another crazy graph showed that AMD promises battery life performance increases of as much as 124% on their last generation of mobile processors. This is mental, guys. This is going to usher in a whole new generation of mobile mobile processing that competes with desktop. The next mobile processor to be revealed was the Ryzen 7 4800H mobile gaming processor, which will have 8 Zen 2 cores, 16 threads, a boost up to 4.2 GHz, and a base clock of 2.9 GHz with a 45 watts TDP. The crazy thing about this mobile processor is AMD claim it will perform better than a desktop processor, namely, it will outperform the i7 9700K by a whopping 39%. The processor will come standard in the new Asus ROG Zephyrus G14 notebook, scheduled for release in February. The Zephyrus is going to weigh 1.5 kilograms. It's going to have over 10 hours of battery life, and this is all because of the incredible processor that AMD are doing. So it looks like we're going to be using AMD laptops in the future. The second big reveal was the Radeon 5600 XT. AMD said it will be the ultimate 1080p gaming GPU. It's going to have RDNA architecture, 36 compute units, 1375 MHz clock speed with a boost up to 1560 MHz, and 6 GB of DDR6 memory. AMD's benchmarks showed it to outperform the competition in its price range in the newest titles by as much as 15% at 1080p. It'll hit shelves on January 21st and will retail at $279. I'm not sure if we're going to be getting it in South Africa, but I hope so. We can't get into the details without proper benchmarks, but the 5600 XT looks like it's going to be a solid and economical prospect for mid-range PC builds, and that's a big deal to us here because, you know, not everybody can afford like a Ferrari of a machine. The third big reveal was a technology called AMD SmartShift, and it's something that I'm particularly excited about, and if you're a gamer, you should be too. SmartShift works to shift power from your processor to your GPU and vice versa based on which processing unit needs more power during load. This will increase CPU and GPU performance, all the while saving power. AMD claimed a 10% increase in gaming performance in the Division 2 while using AMD SmartShift. That was the example that they gave. And this technology also boasts a performance increase in content creation, with Cinebench posting a 12% increase in performance with the technology enabled. This technology will be available along with the Radeon 5600M GPU in Q2 of this year in the new Dell G5 Special Edition laptop. It's coming out right around the corner. The fourth and final big reveal was the third generation 3990X Threadripper with a whopping, get this, 64 cores, 128 threads, 4.5 gigahertz boost, 288 megabytes of cache, and a price tag of $3,990. It's the same price as the name of the unit. But before you gasp at the price, I know I did a little bit inside too. AMD claimed that it outperforms its competitor, the $20,000 Intel Xeon Platinum 8280 in V-Ray render by 30%. If AMD's benchmarks are to be believed, the 3990X will probably be the most powerful mainstream processor in the world. To give you an idea, to display the benchmarks, they needed 3 screens on stage to compare it with all the different performances of the other CPUs. This is it. This is the future, and it's happening now. The 3990X will come to shelves on February 7th, so if you need a Valentine's Day present, that's a perfect Valentine's Day present, you know? Sometimes your heart needs more processing power to handle all the love your partner has. I gave you that for free. You can put it in the card, you can have it for free. Added to that, AMD announced that they are starting to investigate 8K technology. With that kind of resolution requiring at least a 3990X for rendering applications and a GPU so powerful it doesn't exist yet, we can expect the technology to be slightly out of reach for the mainstream markets at this very moment. But the fact that AMD are talking about 8K just shows what they have in store for the future. So, AMD announced the most powerful laptop range, the most powerful desktop processor, the Radeon 5600 XT Pocket Rocket, AMD SmartShift, which gives your CPU and GPU extra bang for your buck, and the prospect of 8K rendering and gaming. That's a pretty smashing 2020 calendar. Can you imagine 2021? Or 2021? You can call that one whatever you want. I'll see you guys in another video. Cheers.